Hey travelers, welcome back to Ghostlight. Alright, listen, I have been out of the game for a little bit, admittedly. I figured, Hello Games is taking the holiday off, then why not do the same? So that's what I've been doing. I know I've been playing a little bit of D&D here and there, live streaming that both here on YouTube and on Twitch. But we have news. We have something to discuss. Sean Murray yesterday tweeted, to everybody's surprise, an emoji. This emoji. So this is a planet, and we've seen an emoji like this before, kind of, sort of, when he tweeted this emoji for Worlds Part 1. Now, we have been expecting this for quite a while. In the original Worlds Part 1 update screen, they indicated that more would follow later that summer, something to that effect, which they later changed. So we've been waiting for Worlds Part 2, eagerly anticipating what it might bring to the game. And we know a little bit, but not too much. Now, Worlds Part 1 brought an overhaul to just all kinds of things. We have planetary biomes, water mechanics, the way particles are handled with lighting, atmospheric mechanics. We had new flora, new fauna, new enemies. Basically, it seemed like overhauls that were sort of targeted for things that they may have developed for Light No Fire, the new title from Hello Games, coming at some point in the hopefully not so distant future. And we know this because Sean even said that in his deep dive video that was released alongside of Worlds Part 1.
6 months ago, we announced Light No Fire. It's this crazy, ambitious game, and we've been working on it for years, and we've learned so many things, and it feels like we're almost bringing this technology back from the future.
So, again, we've been anticipating this new update. We knew it was coming. We had kind of a long holiday expedition season this year. We had, I believe it was one more expedition than we ever have had. And we're still in the middle of it, which is what made this this emoji drop so surprising. I believe that we have until the 9th of February to finish the Cursed Expedition, the last of the holiday expeditions. So we don't know when this will drop, and it's frustrating a little bit because everybody is so used to this sort of standard cycle of Sean Murray and Hello Games dropping an emoji, a few days later getting the update, then getting a trailer. Now, I don't think that's how this is going to work this time out. Now, I've seen a few people speculate online that maybe it was a mistake, he got the dates wrong. I don't know. There's no way for us to ever really know that. But what do we know? Well, thanks to some leaks and some moving pieces in the background, we do have a little bit of an idea of what might happen. Now, there's been this huge change to how, a couple of things, how the internal branch and the experimental branch are updated and who can see it, and it's password protected now. You can check out videos online about this. I didn't make one. Everyone else kind of covered it pretty well. But basically, we're not going to have any real indication of when the internal and the experimental branches are being updated anymore, which is sort of what we look to as signs of an incoming update, right? So we're kind of losing that a little bit. So we're kind of flying blind in a way. But what do we know? Well, we know that they've recently sent some experimental branch updates that change how mods are handled in game and how the different assets are prioritized. So we know that they're thinking about game modders and how they can best support and keep their games stable while being modded. So that's something that a lot of games offer. This only really affects PC players at this point, but maybe there might be an area in the future where console players get in on the action, thinking things like the Fallout game series. What else do we know? Well, we know that there's purple star systems and a new stellar material coming. This stems from leaks way back, gosh, I think it was before Worlds Part 1 that we started seeing these leaks. I made a whole video on Purple Star Systems and the leaks about that, using some assets from our friend That Bomber Boy over on Twitter. You can check that out in the link above. We kind of expect a little bit of some more biome restructuring or additions. Like, we know that there's some new biomes that they hadn't utilized in the game files, specifically like underwater biomes are a big one. So we might see another overhaul to planetary biomes, maybe not to the full extent that they were in Worlds Part 1, but certainly maybe new underwater biomes. We're looking at deep ocean biomes. That would be pretty exciting. And all of the new flora and fauna and possibly enemies that come with that. One of the leaked entities that we saw was a new jellyfish enemy that we saw actually already in the Cursed Expedition. It was sort of like a child of Helios, but it seemed at the time that it might be an underwater enemy. Maybe we'll still get that. Maybe that was just for the expedition. Who really knows? A couple of other things that we saw. We might see potentially an update to planetary points of interest. We see in the game files the Iron Giant asset that was added that was never actually used. It's really a fascinating asset that I'd love to know more about. We also saw the Ruins biome, which introduced this other biome that had stone structured ruins scattered across the landscape, which is really interesting. We also know that there's a story arc, right? We have the Atlantid, the Void Mother, bringing the autophage back, and everything that started way back with the Interceptor update, to be followed by the Singularity Expedition, the Echoes update. We got a lot of lore pretty fast, and we were promised 4 parts to that story arc. Now we've had 3, and we're really drawing out that last part. I kind of feel like when we get the Purple Star Systems, that might finally sort of satisfy that last bit of the story arc. Maybe we'll see what the end of the Void Mother saga has to offer. So I'm hoping that comes with World Part 2. Now, the other thing is that because of the way that they're restructuring the internal and experimental branch, we don't really have the opportunity to dive into game files anymore, right? Because of the password protected nature of it all. So there may be other Light No Fire developments that we just don't even know about. Now, a couple of things that I've been hoping for, and hopefully we'll see these mechanics in Light No Fire. Things like quests, planetary quests. We have them in No Man's Sky. They're not super intuitive. They're not very consistent. Sometimes you get them, many times you don't. They don't really have a whole lot of meaning. They're all procedurally generated. They don't really give you anything overly interesting, so nobody really needs to seek them out. But there's a lot of potential there. NPCs at points of interest can give you quests. You can go off and do these quests and get something in return, be it multi-tool tech or the exosuit tech or something like that. Now imagine if that was built out, fleshed out, like if that was something that you could get like a pretty cool item out of. I think that would be pretty cool. And again, that kind of gets us into the next part of planetary dungeons, something that could happen on a world similar to what we get in Derelict Freighters, procedurally generated adventure, of you going in and fighting enemies in a different type of combat setting. I think that would be fantastic. What else do we have? Now, we had cross saves rolled out. Now, I don't know if cross saves is fully baked yet. I know that they did like a slow rollout. Are we all in it now? I don't even know. I am. Let me know in the comments below. It may be fully released. I don't know that we'll see an official line in the patch notes about it, but that might be something that they lean into. And as I said before, we did see some movement with how mods are handled. One other thing that we've been talking a lot about is how your inventory is managed. Now, Azarath Gaming got a bunch of the content creators from No Man's Sky together and had us talk about what we'd like with our inventories, sort of pleading around the Christmas time. This would be a fantastic update. And Hello Games is known for having sort of their finger on the pulse of what their players want. So hopefully they saw the video. Hopefully they've heard everybody's asks, and they'll bring that into the game soon. I don't know. So what do you think? Do we have New planetary biomes coming? Are we going to get some new stellar star systems? Maybe some new lore? Lore? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. The biggest of shoutouts to my YouTube members at the Wraith level, Raging Furball, and as always, Spectral Vanguard. I'll see you tonight.